My name is Haskell County, and I have the pleasure of being the FCCLA advisor here at Stigler. I would like to thank you all for coming out to support these students and hopefully learn a little bit more about each of our candidates. On the back of your pamphlet, you will find information about our program and exactly where your generous donations will be going. All funds raised tonight go towards helping these students attend the National FCCLA Leadership Contest and Conference in Seattle, Washington. With me here tonight, I have a few of my fabulous students. This is Ms. Kendall Stout, and she is currently serving as a state FCCLA officer. This is Chloe Bush, and she is a state winner in professional presentation. This is Damaris Lopez, and she's a state winner in interpersonal communication. This is Camry Ford, and she is also a state winner in interpersonal communication, level 2. This is Casey Kimberling, and she's a state winner in nutrition and wellness. This is Ava Carey, and she's a state winner in repurpose and redesign. This is Andrea Cruz, and she's a state winner in creed speaking. She actually gave our creed in both English and Spanish. This is Janelle Hurst, and she's a state winner in professional presentation. And this is Miss Gracelyn Vale. She is currently serving as our chapter president, and she's a state runner-up in entrepreneurship. And the state of Oklahoma in their respective events while networking with industry professionals from around the country. As their advisor, I am so incredibly proud of not only their work ethic, but their character. Secondly, while we are here, I know we are going to address current political issues affecting our state and country, but I want to remind everyone to be mindful and courteous of our students, candidates, and other audience members. Please refrain from negative comments or remarks. We are striving to set a positive example for the next generation. At this time, Kendall Stout will be leading us in a salute to our flag.
Attention, salute, pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. You may all sit. Before we begin, we would like to thank the following candidates for their participation in this event. Please rise as your name is called. Brandy Cantrell, County Clerk. Hannah Labor, County Clerk. Larry Watson, County Commissioner, District 2. Melvin Blaylock, County Commissioner, District 2. Tim Turner, State Representative, House District 15. Paul Palmer, State Representative, House District 15. Gail Jackson, State Representative, House District 15. Spring Morrow, House District 15. Jerry Donathan, State Senator, District 7. Warren Hamilton, State Senator, District 7. We would also like to thank our debate moderator, Mr. Jeff Dover, and our auctioneer for the night, Baylor Grego. Would the candidates for Haskell County Clerk make their way to the stage, please?
And before we get started, we would like to recognize a few individuals who hold elected office in our county. Present with us tonight, Tina Oakes, our Haskell County Court Clerk. Will you wait? James Green, Haskell County Assistant District Attorney. And also Billy Don Cloud, Haskell County Commissioner, District 3. Thank you all for being here tonight. We'll go ahead and get started. And as we begin, we're going to go from your right, my left, to the right, and then we'll alternate. First question will go to you, Mrs. Labor, okay? All right. So first question goes to Ms. Cantrell. What would your top 2 priorities be if you were elected to the office of Haskell County Clerk?
My 2 top priorities would be to, we currently have parts of our computer system or software that we are not using. I would like to utilize some of those that we have to make it easier for the commissioners and the offices with paperwork transferring from one office to the other. It will cut down on a lot. It will be more electronic and less paper-based. And my second one would be to get my employees training that is needed through the OSU training programs. Right now, we haven't been utilizing that. We have started it, but it's a very long process. There are several classes that need to be taken, and I would like to get our office up to standards.
Same question.
So, I would like to work on balancing our accounts with the treasurer's office. I don't know if any of you guys are familiar with our commissioner meetings that happen on Monday. If you've watched those or if you've attended, you saw that our treasurer's office and our county clerk's office some of our accounts do not balance. And that can lead to big issues later on down the road, if not now. We have to have checks and balances with that, so we need to be able to balance with our treasurer's office. The second thing would be education. Our office has not had any type of education in about 5 years. The county clerk is supposed to have around 60 credit hours. The first deputy around 42, and so on. And right now, we have hardly any hours. As things progress in our office and in the county, we have to be able to keep up with those standards. And we just don't know new ways to move forward if we're not trained on that. So those are just some of the two things that I would do.
Rebuttal. We'll go to question number 2. For those less familiar, what are the contributions of the county clerk's office to the community, and why is this office so important to you personally?
So, if you're not familiar with the office, we record and store a lot of the historical documents for the county, deeds, military DD 214s, liens, things like that. We also assist the commissioners where we basically run like their secretaries. We pay the bills, things like that for the county. It's a very important office, and it's very personable to me because my husband has worked for District 2 in the past. My stepdad retired from District 1. My uncle came out of retirement to work as undersheriff for the Haskell County Sheriff's Department. I've just always felt a sense of loyalty to my county. And, you know, my husband and I, we've traveled a lot with his job, and we've been to a lot of places, and there's no feeling like coming back to Haskell County. And I just want to be able to serve the people of Haskell County and do my best to do what they need.
Ms. Kittredge.
I'm sorry, could you repeat the question again? Can you repeat the question?
Okay, I'm sorry. For those less familiar, what are the contributions of the county clerk's office to the community, and why is this office so important to you personally?
Yes, the contributions that the county clerk's office is a very vital role in county government. All of the payments made through the county comes through our office. Each individual office gets a purchase order, and they turn it in through our office to be paid. We work with all the different offices. I'm sorry. It's a very important office. All of the records that are stored there, we have records that need to be updated and filed on the online records. We do not have the time or the manpower to get that done. And if we can get that going in that direction, we can get more access for public documents for the community members. That's it.
Rebuttal. We'll move on to question number 3. If elected to office, what is one improvement you would like to make? What is one improvement?
The one improvement that I would like to make is to get our office up to standards with the training that is needed. Like Hannah, we both spoke on earlier, our office has not been compliant with training in several years. It's very important for our office to have that training, to have the understanding of the county government, how it works, and how to move forward to better serve our community, that we have the knowledge. There's lots of things that have changed, that we keep up with those, that the paperwork and the processes are current, and that getting all of those records online is a very important part of that. Keeping up with the customer service, working with the customers to get their documents filed properly and in a timely manner.
Repeat the question, please.
If elected to office, what is one improvement you would like to make?
So just one of the improvements I would like to make is to digitize our records. We have records back there in the back that go back before statehood, and they're just paper documents. And if something was to ever happen to our office, a flood, a fire, anything like that, a lot of those documents, they would just be gone. And that's the history of Haskell County, and that's our history. I would like to work towards digitizing those. I've been told it costs a lot of money. I would like to speak with someone at Kiddo and see if we could get a grant. Just try to find ways to be able to do that for our office.
Any other comments on that? All right, we'll move on. Last question. What is your vision for the future of the county clerk's office?
I would like to see more teamwork between our office and the other offices in the county, the other elected officials. I'd like to see us come together with unity and be able to work to better Haskell County. I know I work really well with a lot of the offices right now. You have to be able to work, the treasurer's office, with the court clerk's office, all the commissioners, things like that. I just want to see unity and be able to work together to better Haskell County.
What is your vision for the future of the county clerk's office?
My vision for the county clerk's office is to foster teamwork, to master everyone's potential within my office, to seek out each individual's strength, to maximize the office staff's potential as a collective potential. I would like to see, like I said, all of my staff receive the training that they need through OSU. I would like to continue to work with the commissioners closely and the other offices to do what's best for Haskell County, to get the people, to serve the people to our fullest potential, not just as one office, but as a courthouse combined. I would like for it to be united and everybody working together to better our community and serve our community. And that way, when we give back to our community with the customer service, the potential of the offices working together, we just make the community come together. If they see us working together as a courthouse and as a county government, then maybe that would strengthen some of the other relationships and other entities to want to do better for the county also.
All right, ladies, thank you so much. All right, we're going to set up our next group. Please welcome District 2 Haskell County Commissioner candidates and incumbent Melvin Blaylock and Larry Watson. Start with you, Mr. Blaylock. If elected, what is one short-term goal that you would like to accomplish immediately and one long-term goal to be accomplished in 2 years?
Well, my short time run would be, I've been out, I've come to a lot of the roads, and I'd like to get some of those roads fixed. And a lot of them's there's a lot of potholes and stuff that needs to be fixed out on the roads. And on the short term, not long term, there's, we've got to get more money into the county. That's the only way we can fix the roads and stuff. I mean, we've got to work on ways to get money to the county. So we'll have to work on grants, FEMA, Caddo, whoever we have got to work on to get money for the county. So that's really my goal.
Mr. Watson, would you like me to repeat the question? Okay. If elected, what is one short-term goal that you would like to accomplish immediately and one long-term goal to be accomplished in 2 years?
Well, I'd like to rebuild my crew since all my old guys have retired out and I've got a good start on rebuilding the crew, just doing it slowly. But get a new crew rebuilt and continue getting grants and working with my grant writer to get back into this infrastructure that's so desperately needed.
Do you have a rebuttal, Mr. Blaylock? All right, this question will go to Mr. Watson. All right, what experience and qualifications would you bring to the office of County Commissioner?
Well, I run a dirt spread for several years, building paths, roads, welded all over the oil field. I just know how to get it done, know how to get it done, bring a lot to the table.
Mr. Blaylock, what experience and qualifications would you bring to the office of County Commissioner?
Well, I've got a lot of experience. I've been doing construction work for the last 30, 35 years. That's all I've done my whole life. And I can get money to the county and I know how to fix roads. I know how to redo asphalt. That's about it. So.
This next question will be directed to you first. An important duty of the county commissioners is to construct, approve, and implement a budget. Should any part of the county budget be shielded from cuts? And if so, which area?
I really don't know the answer on that because the county don't really have a lot of money, and I don't know where you would start even cutting funds for that. And so I really don't.
Mr. Watson?
If any office needed shielded, it would be the law enforcement, it would need to be the jail and the sheriff's office. People got to feel safe in their homes. That's first and foremost. You got to keep the trash off the streets.
All minds clear on that? No more? Okay. If new resources and funding became available, what one area of county services would you feel most needs additional resources?
Law enforcement, infrastructure, the roads and the bridges. Law enforcement needs any bit of money they can get from the jail all the way through the sheriff's office.
Okay. Mr. Blaylock?
Repeat the question.
Yes, sir. If new resources and funding became available, what one area of county services would you feel most needs additional resources?
Well, to me, think we need more hands on because we don't have enough hands now to fix what we really need to fix. And I think we should get more people involved on crews to help with the bridges and the roads and all that in our county.
All right. And our last question tonight for both of you. It appears that the Haskell County Courthouse is currently under construction with a new annex and other improvements made available with COVID-19 funding. How do you, if elected or re-elected, continue to make necessary improvements within your district without this type of funding?
Repeat that one more time.
Yes, sir. It's a big one. All right, let's see it. It appears that the Haskell County Courthouse is currently under construction with a new annex and other improvements made available with COVID-19 funding. How do you, if elected or re-elected, continue to make necessary improvements within your district without this type of funding?
Well, we're going to have to get some funding from somewhere else to do it. That's the only way I would know to do it. So just with FEMA, Kiddo, whoever we got to go through to get the money, Choctaw, whoever. That's the way I feel about it.
Okay. Mr. Watson?
Well, I'm gonna continue working my grant writer that I've got that's come on board. Just as this opioid abatement through the Attorney General's office has come about, I've got with a grant writer and they've written a grant to lay the foundation for opioid treatment and housing in the future for Haskell County. There's a big hole that needs to be filled, but just that example, get a grant writer, pay them whatever points are required, because what's 10 points and nothing if you don't have it? So you better reach out, put the money out there.
Okay. Any rebuttals, any last thoughts before we conclude? All right, thank you, gentlemen. Appreciate it.
All right, could I have my auctioneer to the front, please? All right, Taylor. How you doing? All right, you're 15, right? All right, guys, so, pardon me, I'm gonna have to read this off my phone because unfortunately Baylor isn't one of my students, but I wish he was. So, Baylor here attends Hartshorn Public Schools. He is active in FFA, where he is a member of the land judging team. He competes in the tractor driving as well as the auctioneering contest. He is also a member of the National Honor Society and active in his church youth group. He also enjoys running his commercial cow herd. So we are super thankful that Baylor came out here to do the auctioneering for us. He's actually going to Bowtie for that, right? So everyone give him a big round of applause, because I'm sure this is really nerve-wracking. All right, Baylor, my girls here are going to tell you what it is and who it's by, and then you guys know your job. You just raise those numbers up, and we will get you written down, okay? Does anyone need a bidding number that doesn't have a bidding number? No? Okay, we are good to roll then. Which might call yours.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, like I said again, also this is my first ever auction that I've sold by myself. I have sold at 2 other auctions with other auctioneers, but this is my first time being by myself. So here we go. Let's get this started.
Jan Copeland, coconut cream pie.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's get this bidding started. Gonna get 25, 25, 25, gonna get 25, 25, 25, now 50, now 50, now 50, I'm 25, give me 50. I'm 25, give me 50, 50, 50, now 75. I'm 50, give me 75, 5, 5, give me 5, 5, 5, now 100. 100, now 100, 100, now 75, give me 100, now 125, 125. I'm 100, give me 125, 5, 5, give me 5, 5, 5, I'm 150. I'm 125, give me 150, 50, 50, 50, 50, 50, now 175. I'm $150, give me 175, 5, 5, give me 5, 5, 5, I'm 150, give me 175, I'm 150, now 175, now 200. I'm 175, give me 200, 100, 100, I'm 2 and 2 and 2, 200, I'm 175, give me 200, now 200, 200. I'm 175, give me $200. Sold right here, $175. Bidder number 14, $175, bidder number 14.
This is a pumpkin or a pecan pie.
50, I'm 25, give me 50, and 50, 50, I'm 75. I'm 50, give me 75, 5, now 75, now 100, 100, 100, I'm 100. I'm 75, give me 100, 1, I'm 175, give me 100, now 100, I'm 75, give me 1 and 1 and 1 and 100. I'm 75, give me 1 and 1 and 1 and 1 and 100. I'm 75, give me 100. How about 80? Ladies and gentlemen, can I get 80, 80, 80? I can get 80, 80, 80. I'm 75, give me 80 now. 80, can I get 75? Give me 80. I'm 80, give me 90, 90, 90, give me 90, 90, 90. I'm 80, give me 90, 90, 90. I'm 80, give me 90. I'm $80, give me 90, 90, 90. I'm 80, give me 90, 80, give me 90. I'm $80, give me 90. So up here, $80, bidder number, what number, ma'am? 37. Bidder number 37. $80, bidder number 37.
Chocolate pie made by Diane Johnson.
All right, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Can I get 25, 25, I'm 25, now 50, now 75. I'm now 100, now 75, give me 100, 1 and 1 and 1, now 125. I'm $100, give me 125, 5, now 150. I'm $125, give me 150, 50, 50, give me 50, 50, 50. I'm 125, give me 50, I'm 125, give me 50, and 50, 50. I'm 125, ladies and gentlemen, can I get 150? How about 130, ladies and gentlemen, can I get 130, 30, give 30, I'm 125, give 130. I'm 125, give 130, and 130. I'm $125, give me 130. Sold right here, $125. Bidder number 11, $125, bidder 11.
This is a tres leches cake made by Angelica Weaver.
What was it? What was it?
Tres leches cake made by Angelica Weaver.
All right, this looks pretty delicious, ladies and gentlemen. 25, 5, I'm 25, gonna get 25, now 50, I'm 50, now 75. Now 75, now 100, 1 and 1 and 1, I'm 75, give me 100, 1 and 1 and 1, now 100. I'm 75, give me 100 and 1 and 1, now 1, now 100, gonna get 1, 1, 1, gonna get 100. I'm 75, give me 1 and 1 and 1, now 100. I'm 75, give me 100. We're right here, $75, bidder number 12, $75, bidder number 12.
Buttermilk pie made by Tracy Harris.
Here we go. Can I get 25 and 5, 25? Can I get 25 and 5, 5? Can I get 25, now 25, now 25, now 50? I'm 25, give me 50, 50, 50. Can I get 50, 50, 50? I'm 25, give me 50, now 50, now 75. I'm 50, give me 75, 5, 5. Give me 5, 5, 5. Can I get 5, 5, 5? I'm 50, give me 75, 75. I'm 50, give me 75. I'm 50, give me 75. I'm 50, give me 75. Can I get 60, ladies and gentlemen? Can I get 60, 60, 60? I'm 50, give me 60, 60, 60 now. Can I get 50, give me 60? Can I get 50, give me 60? So right here, $50, bidder number 1. $50, bidder number 1.
This is a pumpkin roll made by Mickey Hill.
All right, here we go. Can I get 25 and 5, 5? Can I get 25, 5? Give me 5, 5, 5, now 50. I'm 25, give me 50, 50, 50, give me 50, 50, 50. I'm 25, give me 50, now 75. I'm 50, give me 75, 5, 5, give me 5, 5, 5. I'm 50, give me 75, 50, give me 75. I'm 50, give me 75, 5, 5, 5. Can I get 50, give me 75? I'm 50, give me 75, 5, 5, 5. How can I get 60? Can I get 60, 60? I'm 50, give me 60, 60, 60. Can I get 50, give me 60, 60, 60? I'm 50, would you give me 60? Sold right here, $50, bidder number 11. $50, bidder 11.
This is a cherry cheesecake made by Mary Quick.
Here we go. Can I get 25 and 5 and 5, 25 now, 50, 50, 50. Can you get 50, 50, 50? I'm 25, give me 50. I'm 25, give me 50, now 75, 5, give me 5, 5, 5, now 70, now 100. I'm 75, give me 100, 1 and 1, now 1, now 100, 100, now 100, now 75, give me 1 and 1 and 1, now 100. Now 100, now 125, ladies and gentlemen, can I get 100, 1 and 1 and 1, give me 125. I'm 100, give me 125 and 5, sorry, sir, is that a bid? Can I get 100, give me 125 and 5, 5? I'm 100, give me 125. Sold back here, $100, bidder number, is that 21, sir? $100, bidder number 21.
This is a coconut cake made by Mary Quick.
All right, we're going to start the bidding off here today at $10. Going to get 10 and 10 and 10 and 10. I'm going to get $10 and 10, 10, 10. Going to get $20, now 20. I'm 10, give me 20 and 20, 20. I'm $10, give me 20, now 30, now 40. I'm $30, give me 40, 40, 40. I'm 30, give me 40, now 50. I'm 50, give me 60, 60, 60. I'm $50, would you give me 60, 60, 60? I'm $50, give me 60. I'm $50 and 50, now 60. Now $60, would you give me 70, 70, 70, 7, 7, 7. I'm $60, give me 70, now 80, now 90. I'm $80, going to get 90, 90, 90. I'm 80, give me 90, 80, give me 90, 80, give me 90, I'm $80, would you give me 90? I'm $80, would you give me 90? Now 100, now 110, 120. I'm 110, give me 20, 20, 20, now 130. I'm $120, I'm just gonna get 130, 30, 30, 30. I'm 120, give me 130. I'm $120, give me 130. Sold right here, $120, bidder number 19. Bidder number 19, $120, bidder 19.
This is a carrot cake made by Lana Huggins.
Here we go, can I get 10, 10, 10, I'm 10, give me 10, 10, 10, can I get 10, 10, 10, $10? I'm 10, can you give me 10, 10, 10, now 20. I'm $10, give me 20, 20, 20, I'm $10, give me 20, now 30, 30, 30, now 30, now 40, now 50. I'm $40, give me 50, 50, 50, yeah, I'm 60, now 70, now $70. I'm 60, give me 70, now 80. I'm $70, give me 80, 80, 80, get it, 80, 80, 80, now 90. I'm $80, give me 90, now 100. I'm 90, give me 1 and 1, now 1, now 100, I'm 90, give me 100 and 1 and 1, now 1, now 100, now 110, 120. I'm $130, can I get 120, now 130, 130, get 30, 30, 30, I'm $120, give me 130. I'm $120, give me 130. $120, give me 130. So back here, $120, bidder number 4. $120, bidder number 4.
This is a buttermilk pie.
Here we go, can I get $10, 10 and 10 and 10, can I get $10, now 20. I'm 10, give me 20, 20, 20, get 20, 20, 20, now 20, now 20, can I get $10, give me 20, now 20, now 20. I'm $10, give me 20, can I get $20, can I get 10, 10, 10, give me 20, now 20, now 20, I'm $10, give me 20, now 20, now 20. $10, give me 20. Come on, ladies and gentlemen, this is a benefit auction supporting this great FCCLA program here at Stigler Public Schools, and let's get these kids some more money. Here we go, can I get 10, now 20, and 20, 20, now 30, now 40. I'm $30, give me 40, now 50, I'm 50, 50, I'm 40, give me 50, gotta get 50, 50, 50, I'm $40, give me 50, now 50, I'm $40, give me 50. I'm $40, would you give me 50? So right here, $40, bidder number 1, $40, bidder 1.
These are fried pies by Louise Betts.
These look pretty tasty, ladies and gentlemen. Can I get 10 and 10 and 10, now 20, now 30, now 40. I'm 30, now 40, now 50, 50, 50, now 60, now 60, now 70, now 80. I'm $70, give me 80, now 90, now 90, I'm 80, give me 90, 90, 90, I'm 80, give me 90. I'm $80, so ladies and gentlemen, can I get 90, 90, 90, I'm 80, give me 90, 80, give me 90, 80, give me 90. Now $100, $90, give me 100, and 1 and 1 and 1, I'm $90, give me 100. I'm $90, give me 1 and 1 and 1, now 110. I'm $90, 100, give me 110 and 10 and 10, I'm 100, give me 1 and 1 and 1, now 110. 110, now 120, ladies and gentlemen, give me 1 and 10, now 20, now 20, now 20, now 20, I'm 110, give me 120, 110, now 120. I'm $110, give me 120. So right here, $110, bidder 25. $110, bidder 25.
This is a coconut cream pie made by Jan Copeland.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. Can I get 10, now 10, now 10, now 20, now 30, now $30. Now 40, now 40. Can I get 30, now 40, and 40, now 50. I'm 40, now 50, now 50, now 60, 60, 60, now 50, give me 60, 60, 60, now 70. I'm $60, give me 70, now 80, now 80, now 80, now 90. I'm $80, would you give me 90, 90, 90, I'm $80, give me 90, now 90, now 100. I'm $90, give me 1, now 1, now 100, now $90, give me 1 and 1, now 100, now 110, now 120. I'm $110, ladies and gentlemen, give me 110, 120, 120, 120, I'm $110, give me 120. $110, give me 120. So right here, $110, bidder number 19. $110, bidder number 19.
This is a chocolate pie made by Diane Johnson.
Everything here looks delicious, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get some kids more money. Here we go. Can I get 10, now 10, now 10, now $10? I'm 10, and 10, and 10. Can I get $10? I'm 10, now 20, 20, 20. Get it 20, 20, 20, now 30, now 40. I'm $30. Give me 40, now 50, now 50, now 50, now 60, now 70. I'm $60. Give me 70, now 80, now 80, now 80, 80, 80. Can I get 80, 80, 80, 80, now 90? I'm $80. Give me 90, now 100, 100, 100. I'm 90. Give me 100. I'm 90. Give me 100, 1 and 1, now 1. I'm 90. Give me 100, now 110, now 120. 110. Give me 120, sir. 120, 120, now 130. I'm $120. Give me 130, 130, 130. I'm $120. Give me 130, now 140. $130. Can I get 140, 140, sir. 140, I'm 130. Give me 140. Now 150, ladies and gentlemen, give me 140, give me 150, now 50, now 50, I'm 140, give me 50, 50, 50, now 140, give me 150. $140, lamb, give me get 150. Sold right here, $140, bidder number 56. $140, bidder 56.
This is another Tres Leches pie by Angelica Meek.
Here we go. We're going to get 10, now 10, now 10, now 20, now 30, now 40. I'm $30. Give me 40, 40, 40. I'm 30. Give me 40, now 50, now 50. I'm 40. Give me 50, now 60. I'm 50 now, 60, 60, 60, 50 now, 60 now, 60, I'm 50 now, 60. I'm 50 now, 60, 60, 60, I'm 50 now, 60 now, 60 now, 60. I'm $50, would you give me 60? Come on, man, it's for the kids. Here we go. Now 60, now 70, 70, 70, 70, 70, 70. I'm $60 now, 70, now 70, I'm 60 now, 70. I'm $60. When you get 70, 70, 70, I'm $60. Would you give me 70? I'm $60. Would you give me 70? So right here, $60, bidder 16, $60, bidder 16.
This is a granola pie by Vicky Copeland.
Looks delicious. Can I get 10 now, 10 now, 10 now, 10? Can I get $10 and 10 now, 10 now, 10? Can I get $10 now, 20? I'm 10. When you give me 20 now, 30 now, 30. I'm 20. Give me 30 now, 40. I'm 30 now, 40 now, 40 now, 50, 50, 50, 50, 50, 50, 50. I'm 40 now, 50 now, 50. I'm 40. Give me 50. I'm $40. Give me 50. Come on, let's raise some more money for this program. Can you get 40 now, 50 now, 50 now, 50? I'm 40. Give me 50. I'm 50, 50. I'm $400. Give me 50. $40. Give me 50. Show that here. $40. Bidder number 11. $40. Bidder 11.
This is a vanilla cake by Janelle Stout.
Here we go. We're gonna get 10 now, 10 now, 10. I'm 40. I'm 10 now, 10 now, 20. I'm $10. Would you give me 20 now, 20 now, 30 now, 20? Give me 30. I'm 20. Give me 30. I'm 20. Give me 30 now, 40. $30. Give me 40 now, 50 now, 50 now, 40. Give me 50 and 50. Give me 60 and 60, 60 now, 70. I'm $60. Give me 70 now, 80 now, 80. I'm $70. Would you give me 80 now, 80? I'm $70. Would you give me 80? Now 80 now, 90. Here we go. Can I get 80? Give me 90, 90, 90. I'm $80. Would you give me 90 now, 90? I'm $80. Would you give me 90 now, 100? I'm $90. Give me 101 and 1 now, 1 on 100. I'm 90. Give me $100. Ma'am, can I get $100 in the back? 110. Here we go. Can I get 100 now? 110, 10, 10. I'm $100. Give me 110. I'm $110. 100. Give me 110. I'm $100. Give me 110. Sold right here in the back. $100. Give me. What's your bidder number, ma'am?
37.
$100. Bidder number 37.
This is a coconut cream pie by Lola Williams.
Looks delicious. Can I get 10 now, 10 now, 10 now, 10 now, 10 now, 20? I'm $10. Give me 20 now, 30 and 30. I'm $20. Give me 30 now, 40. I'm 30. Give me 40. 40 now, 50 now, 50, 50. I'm 40. Give me 50, 50, 50, 50. I'm $40. Would you give me 50, ladies and gentlemen? I'm $40. Would you give me 50, 50, 50 now, 50 now, 60? I'm $50. Would you give me 60, 60, 60? I'm $50. Would you give me 60 now, 70? I'm $60. Ladies and gentlemen, can I get 70, 70, 70? I'm 70 now, 80. $80 now, 90, 90, 90. I'm $80. Would you give me 90 now, 100? I'm $90. Give me 100 and 1 and 1 and 1 now, 100. I'm $90. Give me 1 and 1 now, 100. Now 110, ladies and gentlemen. I'm 100. Give me 110. 1 and 1 now, 110. I'm $100. Give me 110. Men, can I get 110? Sold right back here, $100. Bidder number? $100. Bidder number 21.
This is a pecan pie by Jay Stover.
All right, can I get 10 now, 10 now, 10 now, 10? I'm 10 to get 10 now, 20. I'm $10. Give me 20, 20, 20, 20, 20. I'm $10. Give me 20 now, 20 now, 30. Now 30 now, 40. Can I get 40, 40, 40? I'm 30. Give me 40 and 40, 40. I'm $30. Give me 40 now, 40 now, 40. I'm 30. Give me 40, sir. Give me 40. Now 40 now, 50. Can I get 50, 50, 50 now, 50 now, 60 now, 60 now, 70? I'm $60. Can I get 70, 60, 60, 60 now, 70, 70, 70? I'm $60. Would you give me 70? I'm $60. Can I get 70? Now 70 now, 80 now, 80 now, 90. I'm $80. Would you give me 90, 90, 90? I'm $80. Can I get 90, 90, 90? I'm $80. Give me 90. I'm $80. Can I get 90, 90, 90? I'm $80. Can I get 90? I'm $80. Can I get 90? So right here, $80. Bidder number 5. $80. Bidder number 5. Thank you, ma'am.
I have a bread pudding made by Vicky Copeland.
Now there's only 2 pies left, ladies and gentlemen, because this is your 2 last chances to donate to this great FCCLA program. Here we go. We're going to get 10 now, 10 now, 10 now, 10 now, 10 now, 10 now, 30. I'm $20. Give me 30 now, 30 now, 30 now, 40 now, 40 now, 40 now, 40. I'm $30. Give me 40. I'm $30. Can I get 40, ladies and gentlemen? 40, 40, 40 now, 50. I'm $40. Can I get 50, 50, 50 now, 60 now, 60 now, 70. I'm $60. Can I get 70, 70, 70? I'm $60. Give me 70 now, 70 now, 70. I'm $60. But now 70. I'm $60. Can I get 70? Now 70 now 80. Can I get 90 now? 80 now, 80 now, 80. I'm $70. Can I get 80 now, 90? I'm $80. Can I get 90? 90, 90, sir, please. 90, 90, 90. I have $80. Can I get 90 now? 100. I'm 90. Give me 100 now, 110 now, 10 now, 10 now, 100. Give me 110 now, 110 now, 110. I'm not $100. Can I get 110? So right here, $100. Bidder number 9. $100. Bidder number 9.
This is a pecan pie by Billy Dawn Clapp.
Last chance of the night to donate to this great FCCLA program. Here we go. Can I get 10 now, 10 now, 10 now, 10 now, 20? I'm $10. Can I get 20, 20, 20? I'm 10. Give me 20 now, 20 now, 30 and 20. Give me 30, 20, give me 30. I'm $20. Can I get 30, 30, 30? I'm 20. Give me 30 now, 20. Give me 30. I'm 20. Give me 30 now, 40. 40, give me 50, 50, 50. I'm 40. Give me 50. Can I get 50, 50, 50? 50, I'm 40, give me 50, now 50, now 60. I'm 50, now 60, 60, 60, I'm $50, now 60, now 60, now 70. I'm $60, give me 70, 70, 70, give me 70, 70, I'm $60, give me 70, now 70, I'm $60 better now 70, now 80. I'm $70 better now 80, give me 80, 80, 80, I'm $70 better now 80, now 80, now 80, I'm $70 better now 80, now 90. I'm $80 better now 90, can you get 90, 90, 90, I'm $80 better now 90, now 90, I'm $80 better now 90, now 100. I'm $90, can you get 100 and 1 and 1 now, 1 now, 1 now, 1 now, $90, can you get 1 and 1 now, 100. I'm $90, can you get 1 now, 1 now, 100. I'm $90, gonna get 100, now 110, now 110, now 120. I'm $110, gonna get 120, 120, I'm 110, 10, 10, gonna get 20. I'm $110, now 20, now 30, 30, 30, I'm $120, and 130. I'm $120, gonna be 130. So right here, $120 with a number 30. $110 with a number 30. Thank you. We're going to sell the fried pies again. This courteous man has donated them back. Right, sir? Here we go. Gonna get 10 now, 10 now, 10 now, 10 now, 10, 10 now, 20. I'm 10 now, 20 now, 20 now, 30 now, 30. I'm 20 now, 30 now, 30 now, 40. I'm $30. Gonna get 40. I'm 40. Gonna get 50, 50, 50. Gonna get 50, 50, 50. Now 60. I'm 50 now, 60. Gonna get 60, 60, 60. Now 70 now, 80. I'm $70 but now 80. Maybe in the back gonna get 80 now, 80 now, 90 now, 100. I'm $90 but now get 100 now, 110, 10, 10 now, 120. I'm $110. Gonna get 120. Man, 120. Gonna get 120 now, 130. I'm $120. Gonna get 130 and 30, 30. I'm 120. Give me 130, 130 now 40. Now can I get 130? Give me 40, 30, give me 40, 30, give me 40. I'm 40 now 40. Is that a bid, ma'am? Now 150. I'm $140. Give me 150, 50, 50. I'm 140. Give me 150. I'm 140. Give me 150. Ma'am in the back, can I get 150? So right here, $140 better 19. $140 better 19. What do you donate? All right, ma'am. Well, guys, this fine lady right here has donated back a fine tres leches pie. Here we go. Can I get 10 now, 10 now, 10 now, 10 now, 20 now, 30 now, 40. I'm $30. Can you get 40, 40, 40? I'm 30. Give me 40 now, 50 now, 50 now, 60. I'm 50 now, 60 now, 60 now, 70, 70, 70. I'm $60 better now, 70 now, 70 now, 70 now, $60 better now, 70 now, 80. I'm $70 better. Can I get 80, 80, 80? I'm $70 better now, 80 now, 90. $80 better now, 90. Ladies and gentlemen, $80 better now, 90 now, 90. I'm $80 better now, 90. $80 better now, 90. I have $80. Can I get 90, 90, 90? I'm $80 better now, 90 now, 100. I'm $90. Can you get 1 now, 1 now, 1 now, 100 now, 90? Give me 1 now, 1 now, 1 now, 100. I'm $90. Can you get 100? So they're here $90. Bid a number 12. $90. Bid a number 12. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. My name's been Baylor Grego, and it's been a pleasure to serve you.
Give Baylor Grego one more round of applause. I think you did a fantastic job. On behalf of the FCCLA program, thank you to all who donated desserts, and especially to those who donated. I think this is going to get them a long ways to their goal. Isn't that right? Thank you so much. Give yourselves a hand. We are preparing for District 7 State Senate, so we would like to welcome to the stage at this time Jerry Donathan and incumbent Warren Hamilton. Gentlemen, we'll start with Mr. Donathan. District 7 includes Haskell, Latimer, LaFleur, Pittsburgh, and Sequoyah counties in Oklahoma. What are the primary issues you see facing our district?
Well, the primary thing is education. Education is number one in all three counties, all of southeast Oklahoma. Yes, they just changed the districts. Last time we had a little bit of Hughes County. We picked up southern part of, I believe it's Sallisaw, down in Gans, down towards Muldrow, a little bit of nip of LaFleur County. But all of these counties need the same thing, a good education for our younger people. For the future, we've got to have education to go along with infrastructure projects coming. We got to get those into this country, and we need tax dollars from Oklahoma City back down in this district. We need it back down here for everybody concerned, right or left, right or left. We need tax dollars. We're going to have to work on the top of that fence. You're going to have to work on the right and the left, and to get programs from our federal government back into this area, Oklahoma, and then back fund back down to this area.
All right. Mr. Hamilton, I'll repeat the question if you'd like.
Please, go ahead.
Okay. District 7 includes Haskell, Latimer, LaFleur, Pittsburgh, and Sequoia counties in Oklahoma. What are the primary issues you see facing our district?
Thank you for the question. Before I answer it, I'd like to say thank you to Ms. Quick for putting on such an awesome event. Thank you to the FCCLA kids for the awesome job that they always do. It's always a pleasure to see them when they come up to the Capitol. And thank you to the auctioneer. I don't see him out here, the lights are kind of searing my retinas right now, but he did an awesome job tonight. The issues that are facing southeast Oklahoma, specifically rural Oklahoma, education we've addressed. Last year I voted yes and was instrumental on spending almost $1 billion additional dollars for public education. And if you remember, one of the articles that I wrote and I published in the, it was quoted in the newspaper, what I said was the best way to help rural schools is to help rural teachers. And so I stand by that. I'm the son of 2 retired public school teachers. But the second biggest thing that's facing southeast Oklahoma, and this is actually the biggest thing, is recruitment and retention of law enforcement. And to that end, today I just voted yes on Senate Bill 102, which I'm a co-author on, to increase police retirement, increase the multiplier from 2.5% to 3%. That's a very effective recruiting tool. And one of the other things that we're working on is House Bill number 4063. What House Bill 4063 seeks to do is to provide a grant program, a supplement, if you will, for sheriff's deputies and sheriffs in counties that have 75,000 people or less, and municipalities that have 4,500 people or less, provided that the chief of police does not make more than the county sheriff. Thank you.
Rebuttal, Mr. Norman?
Yes, sir, thank you. The education last year you say was passed. I haven't seen anything in the district to address that increased funding. That was the only thing I've heard about is some money, our public tax dollars going to private schools. That's the only thing I've heard about from my constituents.
Response?
Thank you. One of the other things that I've worked on from the time that I've come into office, story of my life.
That was a mistake.
One of the things I've worked on since my tenure has been to correct the disenfranchisement of rural Oklahoma. As you know, the state questions that have recently been decided have been decided primarily by the metro areas. Medical marijuana, Medicaid expansion were both decided strictly by one with 7 counties and one with 3. State questions are a way, I believe, and sometimes they're necessary, but primarily they enable legislators to dodge taking a tough vote. And the way that we solve state questions is with a simple majority. My proposal would make it a simple majority in a majority of the counties of Oklahoma. That way, if the state question didn't pass in a majority of the counties, they would not become law for all Oklahomans, and you wouldn't have the metro areas dictating policy for the entire state.
Thank you. This will be directed at you first, Mr. Hamilton. This question is stated as such. What do you plan to do to ensure the success of public education in Oklahoma?
Thank you for the question. The things that I've done since my tenure in office all focus around what the purpose of government is, and that's to protect the rights of the individual. And some of those things that I've done, which passed out of the Senate almost unanimously, was a bill that would have cleaned up the libraries, the public libraries, and our libraries in our schools. Now, fortunately, especially in this part of the country, this is not as big of a problem as it is in some of the metro and more suburban areas. But make no mistake, it is a problem up there. We're spending, like I said in a previous question, we've spent an additional $1 billion on public education, so we're almost $1 billion. And so right now, what we need is prioritization and focus on exactly what we're going to get for that money. That reaches a point of diminishing marginal returns, which the answer isn't always more money, but a more effective use of the money that we've already invested. Thank you.
Mr. Donovan, what do you plan to do to ensure the success of public education in Oklahoma?
Well, it's a very important issue, and we've got to keep working at it at the state level and come up with the best plans that we can. And those plans include District 7, Southeast Oklahoma, not just Oklahoma City and Tulsa. We've got to get that money funneled back down. If it's $1 billion that they appropriated last year, we haven't seen it down here. It doesn't trickle down. Seems to me like we've got to get a process working to get money back to these rural counties that we live in. I was born and raised in Southeast Oklahoma, and I know what the needs are. I've always been dedicated to education and public service, but we've got to work in Oklahoma City to get that whatever means possible.
Rebuttal.
Thank you. Not necessarily a rebuttal, just an addition. One of the things that we're working on, at least in the Senate right now, is pay for student teachers. And that is vital to getting teachers to enter the profession. We're also doing some things. 2 years ago, I ran a bill that would have made the private schools compete against the private schools for athletic championships. As you know, Stigler always finishes real high, and for Stigler athletics, we take who walks through the door. We don't get to recruit. And some of the 3A schools that are up in the city, well, they get to pick and choose, and if little Fred doesn't run a 4.40, then we just tell him he's not really that great of a fit for our program. But we don't have that luxury at Stigler, and so we're actually competing against what really is a 4 or 5A talent pool to pull from, and that's not fair. I got it.
Mr. Donovan, anything to add?
Well, you kind of mentioned sports. Yes, there's a lot of good athletes in Southeast over the district, but there's a lot of, in education, there's a lot of people. So, well, just say, for instance, this team here, the debate team, they may not all play sports, but they're good at what they're doing. And we need programs like that funded and supported to cover education for the whole gamut of students.
Okay. We'll move on to the next question. Mr. Donovan, this will be directed at you first. How does the office of the Senator best address the mental health and substance use crisis facing rural Oklahoma, specifically in Haskell County?
That substance abuse has been a problem for a long time, and it seems to be getting worse. Some places may have rectified it in some ways, but yes, we need more law enforcement, more educated law enforcement, but we need a mental health treatment facility in more areas of the district. When they make those arrests, these small towns, they have to fund transporting that mental patient to, say, Western Oklahoma or Tulsa somewhere. That's expense out of their small budgets. We needed at the state level to fund some facilities in Haskell County that can be funded and manned to treat and handle the mental patients.
Mr. Hamilton, how does the Office of Senator best address the mental health and substance abuse crisis facing rural Oklahoma, specifically here in Haskell County?
Well, thank you for the question. The most obvious answer on this would be the substance abuse issues that we've got going on. And I hinted at the well-intentioned but very misguided attempts at criminal justice reform that happened in, I want to say, 2018 time frame. And we've seen those things happen again and again since that time. But what those things do is they reduce the punishment for very serious crimes. And the reason we have laws in place is to keep us from doing things that are going to hurt other people. And in the case of substance abuse, they're going to hurt ourselves. And when we reduce penalties on these things, and we make the possession of class or of really hard drugs, we make it a simple misdemeanor, and we violate God's word, which says, strike a scoffer, and the simple is made wise. When it becomes a felony offense to possess methamphetamines, like it used to be, then that use goes down. And it's a lot of these mental health issues that we see are exactly a byproduct of substance abuse, which is exacerbated with the presence of so-called medical marijuana. Now, there's some legitimate medical uses for that, but you would think we're the sickest people on the face of the planet with what we've got going on right now, and we know that that's a gateway drug. To the second part of the question about mental health, one of the generators of mental health issues is adverse childhood experiences. And I attempted to address that this year with a bill that would have raised the age of consent from 16 to 18. That would make it so that you would have to be 18 years old, not 16. And if you can believe this, you used to be able to consent at the age of 14 in Oklahoma. Unfortunately, that bill passed, fortunately, it passed unanimously out of the Senate and then died in the House.
Response by you, Mr. Donovan? Okay. All right, moving on. Do you believe District 7 benefits from more or fewer immigrants, and why? Let's see, so this is Mr. Hamilton.
All right, thank you. District 7 benefiting from fewer or more immigrants. District 7 would benefit from fewer immigrants. That term has, and I think we all understand what we're talking about right now when we talk about immigrants. We're talking about this screen door on a submarine that is our southern border. We don't know who these people are. We don't know where they come from. We don't know what criminal record they bring with them. We don't know what skills they have, if they have any. And there's a pathway to come over here. If you're just looking for a better life, there's a legal pathway to do it if you don't desire to be a citizen. And that involves coming over here with a green card, with a visa. And we have people who do that, and they provide a valuable service to our economy. On the other hand, if you're here illegally, if we don't know who you are, our United States Code has this, that the first offense is a misdemeanor, the second offense is a felony. We have a federal immigration apparatus that has been hamstrung. We have passed immigration legislation in Oklahoma that seeks to rectify that problem. It's probably not all-encompassing, but it is something that will be a very important first step towards making sure that Oklahoma is for Oklahomans. Some of the problems that we face with immigrants, specifically illegal immigrants, human trafficking is just off the charts. And ask anybody that's in this room that's wearing a badge, and they've all got a story that has to do with human trafficking. All these immigrants are also, they may come from south of the border, but they're not from south of the border. Ask yourself how people from Bangladesh are entering the United States by crossing the Mexican border. How are people from Ukraine and some of the Spanish republics entering the United States by crossing the southern border? And why are they here? Everybody wants a better life, but there's a legal way to go about it. And every one of us had people that came here, and they came here legally, and we all have decided to leave the old world behind and become Americans.
Why, Jim? Oh, I'm sorry, go ahead.
The question.
Okay, the question. Do you believe District 7 benefits from more or fewer immigrants, and why?
I've noticed that for several years. There is immigrants here, and no doubt there's some that's illegal, but the ones that I've observed are working immigrants, and they're paying taxes, I'm sure, in one way or the other. Some of these people that you see, you call immigrants, say from south of the border, they're from Texas, south of the Red River. They are citizens of Texas that have moved up here to work in Oklahoma, draw a pretty good salary with less hassle. The immigration on the southern border, we could build a wall from Brownsville, Texas, all the way to San Diego, California. You still gotta have maintenance of it, you still gotta have people gardening, and then you still gotta have checkpoints for economy to operate, legal things, and there's legal people coming in and going into the legal checkpoints also. They come in and work in Texas and go back to the evening. So it is a problem, but the ones he mentioned about Bangladesh, even a bunch of Cubans come over. Now, someone is funding those people to get them from Cuba across the Gulf of Mexico to come to El Paso or wherever, and that's with Chinese or whomever. There's a faction, I believe, that is causing this to happen for maybe political reasons. And there's a lot of good immigrants that come and work and do a good job, and we need that workforce up here in the United States.
Response?
Thank you. Two things. One of the bills that I was privileged to carry this year was a bill that would reestablish the prison rodeo at McAllister State Penitentiary. In the course of my preparation and work on that bill, I was privileged to meet some of the people that work at our Department of Corrections, and they informed me about the immigrants that end up in the penitentiary. And they end up in the penitentiary, obviously because of crimes that they've committed, but they go there with the purpose of furthering criminal gang activity inside the walls of the penitentiary. So there's that we need to think about to protect the safety of the inmates that we have there already. The other thing is that for the last, not this year, but for the 2 years previous, I fought, along with some of my colleagues in the Senate, very, very hard against a bill that would have granted those here illegally permission to purchase a driver's license. And as you know, what follows the driver's license is the vote, and we do not need that.
Response?
Well, he's introducing the bills. I think he should run for U.S. Senator or something, because that's where he can get something done on those immigration laws and everything on the southern border. We had a U.S. Senator Langford who wrote a bill, a bipartisan bill, to address the border situation. His side of the Congress up there voted it down, which I thought was really a bad move on their part. So immigration is a problem. It always has been, and it's going to be. But we got to figure out the best way to handle it. And I don't think running them or busting them back across the border, that takes logistics and manpower and everything else. It's a problem, no doubt.
All right, our last question will be directed to you, Mr. Donovan, first. We hear about lots of controversy between the state and tribal governments. Please share your thoughts regarding this issue.
About what?
We hear a lot of controversy between the state and tribal governments. Please share your thoughts on this issue.
I'm not a registered or a roll-carrying Indian, but I know I have some of my new part of Indian blood in it. And I think over the years, the treaties that was agreed upon by the tribes and the government were illegitimate. I mean, they just weren't legal, and they cheated the tribes in a lot of ways. So I'm for the sovereignty of the tribes, and I think that the state of Oklahoma can work our government can work with the tribal government and work out our differences, but they neither, I think I'm for the tribal sovereignty.
Same question. We hear a lot of controversy between the state and tribal governments. Please share your thoughts regarding this issue.
Thank you for the question. One of the things that we have to understand is what causes such division. And one of the things that we learned in the military through SEER school was don't let the enemy divide you. And so this division, for years, we've lived together as one people. We've got symbols in our state capitol that talk about that. Our national motto is out of many, one. We have married each other. We have played on the same teams with each other. We've served in the same units with each other. We've served in the same departments with each other. So to the point of the division and the drama and everything like that, I guarantee you there's somebody that's working both sides of this issue like a rented mule. I've had the privilege during my time of being a state senator to work closely with Chief Batten. He is absolutely a wonderful human being and a statesman of the highest order, and I cannot say enough nice things about him. He exudes class. Governor Stitt, I've worked with Governor Stitt, and I cannot say enough nice things about Governor Stitt. He also does the best job that he can. He's trying to do the best job for the people of Oklahoma. Both of these gentlemen are enthusiastic about the prison rodeo. We can bring that up again. But the point of this that I want to make by bringing that up is, we have a whole lot more in common than we have that divides us. And there's times when we're going to disagree. There was a squadron on the flight line at Camp Pendleton, and their motto was, "We're family. We hate everybody, but we hate you." I'm forgetting exactly how it goes. We hate you, but we love ourselves, and I'm sorry for butchering that. But the problem, what we're dealing with here is that, we've got people that are trying to divide us, and I remember the motto. We hate each other, but we hate you more.
Response?
Prison rodeo, that's fresh on my mind, you mentioned that. The pro tem of the Senate, I guess it was, that killed that $8 million, I believe it was, to try to bring the rodeo back to McAllister. It was a good effort, but it's failed. It's dead in the water. It's gone. I don't think it'll be back because that $8 million plus would probably had that been used to refurbish the arena and everything, and try to attract big name rodeo fans and like that. You're going to have an enclosed arena like in Tulsa and a big crowd to support it. So in a sense it was good, but it's really sad that it had to be killed.
Thanks for the time. To the point about that, I brought that up because it was something that we have everybody that agrees on that it's a good thing. It was granted the pro tem of the Senate didn't like it, but it didn't die in the Senate. We sent it over to the House and it died over there. So and rest assured it will be back next year. If I'm back next year, prison rodeo is coming back next year. So write that one down. It's a big deal at DOC. But to the point of what we're talking about the division between tribal and non-tribal, hey, like I said, we're family here, and we don't need anybody coming in from outside the state and trying to stir us up and divide us against each other. The Bible's very clear about that. A house divided cannot stand. And we need to not believe what's going on, not believe the propaganda that we've all got some grievance against each other. Man, it's all right for us not to agree 100% of the time. But both of the gentlemen that I mentioned earlier can disagree without being disagreeable.
Thank you, gentlemen. Everyone hang tight, we've got one more group left. Your District 15 House of Representative candidates. Bear with us as we get set up for that. Gentlemen, will you please welcome to the stage District 15 House of Representative candidates Gail Jackson, Spring Morrow, Paul Palmer, and Tim Turner. We'll start with you, Ms. Jackson. First question, what adverse or positive life experiences have you faced that will benefit you in serving District 15?
Seriously? I'm old. But not old enough to not remember. You do gain a lot of experience as you grow in life and the work that I was in. I worked in Tulsa, in the petroleum industry. So I've been all the way from boardrooms to out in the field, working with pipelines. I spent 1 week putting gas across the country from one end to the other. And when you get experiences like that, you're dealing with a lot of people. So when you're dealing with these people, you're constantly adjusting your attitude and how you deal with each person, because you may have a field hand that sees things totally different than that boardroom does. But it was quite a lot of experiences that I've been able to use. Williams was real big back in the older days of volunteering. That's what I'm into now. And I wouldn't trade it for the world. Plus, I graduated from Tulsa. My graduating class was over 1,000 people, if you could imagine. So you have a broad spectrum of people that you get to know or not know. So that's helped a lot. Plus, I've been active in a lot of since I retired, voting, and I do voting each of the elections. I've been a poll worker. I've been very active in broadband. So I've seen the spectrum of what a small town does as opposed to what I came from.
Ms. Morrow, what adverse or positive life experiences have you faced that will benefit you in serving District 15?
First, I just want to say thank you for having me here. The kids did an amazing job. I cannot wait to get home and eat my cake. I want to tell you all that I grew up in the foster system. I graduated a ward of the state. At age 11, my aunt took my sister and I in. She made sure that we had the tools and resources that we needed to attend college. I did work 3 jobs in my time when I was in school at OU. I did graduate and become a nurse. I have been working in the healthcare industry for the last 20 years. My role for the last 12 years has been acting as a liaison between hospital patients and healthcare providers. As a state rep, your role is to act as a liaison between the government and the constituents. If you don't know how to effectively talk to people and work with people, then you wouldn't be a good fit for this position. One of the problems that we have in our state government right now is our state electives are not visiting with our constituents. They're not getting feedback from our people. Our people are the reason why we are serving. They're the reason why we're elected. So my goal would be to work with our constituents and provide resources for families that need help. I would love to have a social media platform that catered to connecting with our constituents. I would love to be here in our cities consistently and getting your feedback and finding out what's important to you so that I can relay that back and I can make proper decisions when I make votes. I think it's important that you all remember that you are the ones that elect people in, and it's your opinion that matters. Thank you.
Mr. Palmer, what adverse or positive life experiences have you faced that will benefit you in serving District 15?
Thank you for the question. I appreciate this platform for us tonight. I think one of the things that made me come off and maybe even negative at first, but it turned out to be a positive in my life is to not have a father, not to be raised in a fatherless home. I had 4 brothers and a mother that worked 3 jobs. It established the work ethic in me that I carried over to my children and my grandchildren. But it also showed me the importance of a father in the home more than anything else. The family unit has to be the biggest asset that we have in Oklahoma. We need to focus on that family asset. We need to raise healthy families in this state. We used to say if you don't have organization, all you do is have disorganization. And that's what we see today a lot in the world that we're experiencing. So I have that life experience of being raised in a fatherless home, and I know the struggles that it was for me to acclimate to a world without a father. The other thing that happened in my life because of that was men came into my life that saw something, that they thought was promising, and they mentored me. And I became mentored for 13 years in the insurance industry by some top insurance executives. Matter of fact, one man had trained more presidents than any man in the United States of America. He's still in the Congress Library, and I was supposed to be number 30. But I found out that the importance of family was more than that, and I checked out, instead of forming an insurance company, I chose family. And so those are real life experiences. We also pastored for 13 years in Oklahoma City. God called us into the inner city, and we changed one of the most, the paper said it was the most dangerous area in Oklahoma City. We saw that whole area transformed by bringing forth good, healthy families within the church. So those are some of the things that are positive in my life. It started out as a negative.
Mr. Turner, what adverse or positive life experiences have you faced that will benefit you in serving District 15?
First thing, I want to thank the school for putting this on. FCCLA kids was able to watch them present to the school board. Very outstanding group of students, and they deserve another round of applause for what they're doing in their competition going to Washington. So let's thank them. Adverse issues in life. First, for the first majority of my life, I was raised by a single mother who worked every day to make sure that we had what we needed, not what we wanted, but what we needed. To make sure that everything in life was not always perfect, but that we had a healthy life. Make sure that you had clean clothes. Make sure you had name brand shoes at times when you could. But also with that is later on in my teenage years when my dad got remarried, he got his life going and had small business that we opened up, and we were a foster home for therapeutic foster kids. So we had over 20 kids come through. One of the children that went through our house, we actually reunited at the police department because he was raised by Officer John Bell's parents after he left our home. During that, as I got older and got married, we attempted to adopt our first child, which was a failed adoption. Our second adoption was made possible through the Choctaw Nation, and we had never hid that. But it opened our eyes, and when we were able to adopt our second child, drug and opiate or meth and opiate dependent, I was able to travel across the United States and learn about drug addicted children, which is a problem we face across the nation today. With that being said, I've also been able to sit in the elected official's position as sheriff, and I didn't just operate on election years. I was out listening to people's complaints. I was out solving problems 24 hours, 7 days a week. With that opportunity, it gave me an opportunity to go work for the state of Oklahoma as a deputy director over the state gang unit and intelligence unit, which gave me another set of time.
Any additions or responses to yes?
Can you tell us what happened during your time as sheriff and why you stepped down?
I'd love to. I would really love to address that issue. Folks, I was given an opportunity not once, not twice, but 3 times by the state of Oklahoma to go and serve the state of Oklahoma as an agent in charge over the Criminal Investigation Drug Division for the Inspector General's office. With that, I had a conversation with our former superintendent, Mr. Monty Guthrie. Mr. Guthrie talked to him about him going to the state, and his role is kind of in the same position that I was going to be going into, but in the drug field. He told me, it was a position you should pray about, think about. So that's what we did. And went and talked to our pastor, which is Pastor Jason Smith. That Sunday at church, he talked about taking the leap of faith. So what I do, I took the leap of faith. And I went to work for the state of Oklahoma. And during that time, the state of Oklahoma, I promoted, some might say I demoted, but I promoted to the intelligence division.
Go ahead and finish your thought.
To the intelligence division. And during that time, I ran the state gang unit for Oklahoma, which takes care of about 17,000 gang members from the whole state of Oklahoma. So did I leave the sheriff's office? I did. But I left it to not just better myself, but better my family. But it was only made possible by the commitment that I had to this county for 6 years.
Thank you. Anyone else?
I just want to let you know that I'm an extremely loyal and devoted person. When it comes to supporting our state and our district, I will not leave you. I will not abandon you. If you need me, I will be a phone call away or a text message away. If you ever have anything you want to talk about, I'm not afraid to discuss anything with you.
Anyone else? Something else? All right.
Since we're going to bring up an issue like that, I'd like to know why Miss Morrow registered to vote 2 years ago, and her husband is still a registered Democrat, and she's running on the Republican ticket.
Everybody is entitled. I believe everybody is entitled to their own opinions and their own preference on when they choose to vote. I was not very educated in politics for years because my aunt's priority when we were growing up was not to teach me about politics. It was to make sure we had a bologna sandwich on the table. I grew up making sure we had food to eat. It was not a priority until I went to college that I started learning about politics and how important it was to start making decisions that affected families and children, especially my children. That's when I registered to vote, was when I knew that it was important and I learned. My husband is a registered Democrat, but he did serve 23 years in the U.S. Army. I feel like there are a lot of people that are registered Democrats in this community, and that's okay. I don't care if you're a Democrat, I don't care if you're an independent. I love my husband for who he is, and I know that he is my biggest fan.
Next question will be directed to you first. Related to agriculture and the importance of farming and ranching, how could you, if elected, carry on the vitally important traditions of farming and ranching in our area?
This is my jam, y'all, because we are farmers. We are cattle owners. My husband has dabbled in some crop growing. We have lost a lot of money. I'm not a huge fan of farming in Oklahoma right now because I'm still learning. We started 6 years ago, and it is very important to me if I'm elected to get in there and make sure that the federal government does not get involved and play and toy with the things that we consider life-altering. We have to fight for our rights, and when the federal government gets involved, we lose our rights. There are rules that they're trying to put in place that would hinder us. We're already paying enough money as it is and not making enough in return. we have to make sure that they understand what they're doing. It affects us. It affects our livelihood. I can't say enough that if we don't have someone that understands agriculture in there to make those changes and to make sure that they don't put those rules on us, then we will not survive as little farmers. There's no way. If you elect somebody in that doesn't understand the importance of having a cattle farm and raising crops, then we are going to be in a really bad position, because we need people to fight for us that understand our fight.
All right, Mr. Palmer, related to agriculture and the importance of farming and ranching, how could you, if you like to carry on the vitally important traditions of farming and ranching in our area?
That's a great question for Oklahoma. Let me turn this down. That's a great question, particularly for Oklahoma, such a vital asset of our whole economy in this state. I'm a big proponent of small business, period. And I was telling people in another meeting, it really doesn't matter to me whether it's a cattle rancher, whether it's a farmer, whether it's a pharmacy or whatever. But the thing is, we need to lift up our small businesses in Oklahoma. And 60% of our economy is small businesses. Agriculture, obviously, is a big part of Oklahoma. So as my mentors have trained me in business, I am so positive to raise up and lift up the agricultural community to make sure that they thrive and to stop any federal overreach that comes in and stops their profits or hinders them in any way. I'll stand up for the voice of the people, and I'll fight for small businesses in Oklahoma, particularly those in the agriculture industry. We're working on some resolutions right now because there's things that I don't understand. I don't understand why you want to track a cow. I haven't figured that one out yet. I don't understand why they used to be able to go get medications for their animals and their livestock, and now they have to go through somebody else instead of buying it the way they used to. I don't understand why we have all this overreach, particularly with our farmers, why they're wanting to shut down and control our food sources. That's baffling to me. So all I can say is I'm totally anti that, but I'm totally pro agricultural community and small businesses in Oklahoma.
Mr. Turner, related to agriculture and the importance of farming and ranching, how could you, if you like to carry on the vitally important traditions of farming and ranching in our area?
You know, so in District 15, we serve probably one of the largest farming and ranching communities in our district. So with that, first of all, is the RFIDs. We got to make sure that the government doesn't put tracking onto our animals, because what we're trying to do is we're trying to build bigger federal government so we can track the animals that our people are working diligently to take care of. Secondly, that we have to do is we have to make sure that the meat packers nationally, we protect Oklahoma's meatpacking industry, such as making sure that it says if it's Oklahoma beef, if it's USA beef, and quit allowing Brazilian beef, Mexican beef all come to Oklahoma and get packaged and sold at the same rate. The other thing we got to protect our agricultural lands. Our agricultural lands are being bought and overran by illegal immigrants. Illegal immigrants that are coming here to set up illegal marijuana grows. Also, what that does is that pollutes our groundwaters. When our groundwaters are polluted, it takes care of all the nutrients and everything in our ground, that when we start to try to build resources to feed our animals, we're not going to have those resources, nor are we going to be able to grow a garden, do things of that nature. You can take soil samples right now from illegal grows that have left our area, and it's going to take years and lots of money to get that soil back to where it needs to be, so our animals have plentiful food to go with. So again, we got to focus on making sure we're not tracking our animals. We got to make sure that we have our Oklahoma beef sold, USA beef sold secondly, and make sure that if we're going to sell outside of the United States beef, that it's marked properly. We got to make sure our groundwater is protected, so the nutrients in the soil that we have are not polluted from the illegal marijuana grows that we see across our district.
Thank you. Mr. Jackson, related to agriculture and the importance of farming and ranching, how could you, if you like to carry on the vitally important traditions of farming and ranching in our area?
I am really concerned about foreign ownership of our land. And that is probably my most foremost important look at the farms is who's the original owner. And I am a farmer. I believe in the farming, and I think we need to get back to farming. We need to go back to the soil. We need to source our meat and our vegetables directly from our farms around our communities. You will be healthier, you will have the problems you have, but we've got to keep farms in the hands of the original owners that have them. And as long as we got foreign intervention, we're going to have problems, because everything is stated as true. We've got some issues with the beef. We've got to get back to eating meat. We need to get back to the basics, and the only way to do it is to keep farms in their natural state, not polluted, not full of marijuana, not full of, I think we've got plenty of marijuana, but and the illegals will bring in the rest of it. So we just got to take care of our own backyards, and the only way to do it is for it to be mandated that it is looked at and they prove that these farms are in the hands of the actual farmers or owners in the state. And I appreciate Spring being a farmer. I just can't say enough about that. But source your food locally. You source your food locally, you're going to help your environment, of your infrastructure within your own communities, and you will then help the farmers. You're now passing everything. You've got a cyclical your money, resources being taken, turned around and given to everyone. You're supporting yourselves. The community is supporting itself, and that's important.
Responses from anyone? Yes.
Just a response. I just wanted to add one more thing that I noticed that we, between all of us, we kind of had left out. I think it's important that we support generational ranges and abolishing the death tax if possible, to make sure that our ranges stay in our communities and under our people that grew up on those farms.
Thank you. Anyone else?
Even though I was raised in even though I'm not a farmer or rancher, I know that I overreach when I see it. I know when the four big packing companies take the profits away from the local farmer market. And those are some things that we need to take up on our floors. And if we're going to get into the local market, we need to address what's going on in the first place. There's a lot of difference in this market that I see when I was a small boy. I was raised, since I didn't have a father, I did spend my childhood on a large ranch in North Dakota before we came back to Oklahoma. And my parents tried to make up and it didn't work out. And I see a night and day illustration of when I was a child and where I see the farming operations today. I see that all the emphasis, it seems like, it's on the corporate good at the cost of the individual farmer. And that needs to be stopped and regulated in some shape, fashion.
Anyone else? All right, you can go ahead and keep the microphone.
Okay.
Would the state budget benefit from cuts in any specific area? Additionally, what areas would benefit from increases? So we'll tackle the first part of this question. Would the state Senate or would the state budget benefit from cuts in any specific area?
That's pretty much a loaded question for me, because the way I understand it, Oklahoma has 55 agencies that it's using to run this country, to run this state. And the experts that I've talked to say that we can run this state with 10 agencies. So as far as cutting, we would have to take a look and do an analysis on what agencies are pretty much just waste, or pretty much are non-productive, or pretty much are not producing anything to the good of the Oklahoma people. Those agencies would need to be cut. And that would save this state tons and tons and tons of money that could be sent in other areas that we need. Whether you talk about the farming, the agricultural business, whether you talk about education, whether you talk about infrastructure, whether you talk about our county commissioners, and you know, they get a fraction of the gas tax. Money like that could be rerouted to the Oklahoma citizens where it's needed. So I would say we need to do a thorough analysis of all the agencies and find out where it's being wasted, where it's wasted, cut that back. Second part of the question.
Areas that would benefit from increases?
Increases?
Yes. What areas would benefit from increases?
Two areas that I see in increases in law enforcement in the state of Oklahoma. We're losing, particularly in the rural areas, we are losing officers offset that and supplement their incomes. I know that I've had interviews with Chris Morris in Pittsburgh County and the challenge that he originally faced and was losing his officers. The other thing would be obviously education. One of the things that I'd like to see increased in education, and I would like to address the teachers. And I'd like to address it's called the TRS system. And I'd like to see the formula changed on that. We're losing teachers in this state. And if we increase the way the formula for their retirement income, we'll retain good teachers instead of losing them to Arkansas and Texas.
Thank you.
Thanks, sir.
Mr. Turner, would the state budget benefit from cuts in any specific area? Additionally, what areas would benefit from increases?
So first thing, the biggest cut we can make is quit giving vouchers to private education. That's the first thing we stop. If we stop giving vouchers to private education, we put that money back into public education, which will go to the TRS system, which will promote the TRS system. We want to call public school teachers state employees, but what they are is really school employees that are funded by the state. If they're going to be state employees, they need to get state benefits. If we cut the voucher programs, guess what we can do? We can fund those programs and make sure that our teachers are able to stay in Oklahoma because their retirement system is good, their medical system, their healthcare system is good, and then we're also putting money back into our students. Let's let private education stand on itself. The other thing that we need to do is we need to take money, we need to put it back into mental health. Mental health, law enforcement, and education. If we start by treating mental health, our education is going to grow. And when we start by treating mental health and education, our law enforcement needs are going to be there as well. And I say that because I know what it's like to come from a law enforcement agency. We had to fight tooth and nail to make ends meet. We had to take a jail that was in bankruptcy and turn it around. But what we did is we started mental health treatment in the jail. We started domestic violence programs in the jail. We started programs inside the jail that went to the street, utilizing our health and wellness center, utilizing healthcare that we have right here. But again, if we're going to cut something, we need to cut vouchers first. And once we cut the vouchers, we need to put that money back into public education. And then we need to make sure that mental health is treated. We need to make sure education is funded properly and law enforcement is also taken care of. Once we take care of those issues, rural Oklahoma is going to be in a good position.
Thank you, Mr. Johnson. I'll repeat the question. Would the state budget benefit from cuts in any specific area? Additionally, what areas would benefit from increases?
Well, when it comes to cut, I'm kind of looking at the voucher system too. That has been a big issue with me, and I think sometimes we're overdoing the mental health. We need more structure in the homes, and we need to think that maybe some of the mental health that we're providing to the youngsters, maybe it's their parents, maybe it's not the kids. I mean, maybe we need to revalue that. Don't know how I could look at it personally. I would have to think about it. But let's structure everything like a business. A business is designed and put together so that it is effective and makes money and is continuous and regenerative. It seems like all we do is we generate more money and we're not cutting other areas. And part of and a lot of it's school. It's got all across all areas. But I agree, law enforcement is imperatively needs to be taken care of. Law enforcement, because we can't, if we are a Second Amendment state, meaning that we have the right to bear our arms and take care of ourselves, however, there's got to be other laws that go with that also. But I don't know, I just think the whole state needs to be restructured like a business, run it like a business from the top down, and look at a lot of these add-on programs that's been added on over the years that just costing money and it's going over. However, I'd like to see the rodeo come back. That would be nice. So, got a little bit of rodeo family, but it's to add back. It wasn't. Let's see. The first part is what would you do with that? I'm still there.
Okay. And one chance to, Mr. Moore, do you want to be, you did? Okay.
I think it's important for everybody to understand that our state gets an increased revenue of over $5 billion every year. We have funds. We have funds, they're just not properly appropriated. If you want to take a cut, I don't think you take it from the people. I think that it's important that we stop bailing out, and you're going to hate that I say this, and I'm so glad there's none of my friends from healthcare in here. We've got to stop bailing out these massive hospitals that continue to go $22 million in debt per year. We have to stop that, because that's our money that should go to our children and our families and our states and our police and our businesses. I think it's important to take that support, the additional funds and the support, if we're not bailing out big entities, and give it back to families and give it back to cities. You can invest it in infrastructure, but most importantly, I just think we've got to provide support for these grandparents raising grandkids, for the aunts and uncles that are raising their nieces and nephews. I think that if you talk about addressing the mental health issues and the homeless issues in our district, we do have one of the highest homeless rates in the entire state. If you backtrack that, it starts with these kids. Like I think Senator Hamilton had mentioned something about, it comes from when they're young. And so if you were to address these issues when they're young and provide these grandparents and aunts and uncles with the support that they need, the resources that they need to get those kids the help they need, they won't have that PTSD. They won't end up on the streets. We won't have such a high rate of mental health. That's my answer.
Okay. Mr. Coleman, do you want to answer that?
Not necessarily a rebuttal, but again, in addition on the TRS system, and Tim had made a statement, it's not the money that goes into the TRS system, and I want us to realize that it's the formula that they use for the teachers' retirement, that the teachers are leaving. I don't know if anybody's really aware what teachers' formula and TRS system, teachers' retirement system, what it stands for. But here's what our teacher retirement system is in Oklahoma. It's the age of the teacher, plus the years that she's taught has to equal 90. And then she can get her full benefits. It used to be 80, and now they switched it to 90. She can retire at 65, but if they want to retire before then, it has to equal 90. So it's not the money, it's the formula. And the formula needs to be changed. So I just wanted to put that out there.
Mr. Turner?
Yeah, I want to first start by, when we talk about budget cuts, let's start looking at the budget cuts of the big industries such as Daikiness and things like that, in corporate, which would be corporate industries actually. But let's look at cutting those. When we talk about spending 20 years in the medical field as a liaison to lobbyists, let's talk about what we're actually doing to rural Oklahoma. We're taking those monies from rural Oklahoma to Tulsa and Oklahoma City. Let's bring that money back down here. Let's also work on our nursing home program. Let's work on a nursing home program where every patient is not a flat rate. Let's work on making sure that Medicare and Medicaid is able to pay for our nursing home and not taking your inheritance to pay for nursing home stays for your loved one when it's time. But when we talk about treating mental health, which is very important to me, mental health does start in the home, but mental health starts with substance abuse too. And we got to treat mental health. Mental health continues to get more and more budgets, but we do nothing to put more beds inside the state of Oklahoma. We need more beds. We don't need more folks in Oklahoma City making hundreds of thousands of dollars.
I'll have one more.
I just want to clarify, as a liaison in the hospital world, I work with patients and families that need assistance when they're looking for placement in healthcare resources. Also, Medicaid does not pay for long-term care, so Medicare does not pay for long-term care. It's all the Medicaid funded. I think it's important, just like you said, to make sure that we do increase that rate. Currently, Oklahoma is $44 below the national average on it's per day per patient. That's a lot of money that our nursing homes could use for their staff. I don't want our grandparents getting subpar care, and I don't think anyone in this room does.
Okay.
That's very true. But when you're thinking about this money that's all being allocated, where we're spending it, whatever, what if you ask that very same question to anybody in this room? Because what it is your funds that are going to these programs. How do you feel about these funds going to these programs? That's where the community involvement comes. When we get down and dirty, we need to be in our communities. We need to be hearing from you, not from a bunch of legislators that are making whatever they want to do to satisfy someone else. It's your money. Keep that in mind. We need to take care of these parents and these grandparents. We need to make sure that these kids are raised so that they don't have mental cases. But it is not those kids. It is who's raising them. So who do we take care of? So let's think about that when we start arguing these points. I want to know how you want your money spent.
All right, Mr. Turner, actually, we're going to move on. And you'll get the first response to this next question. Okay. In our area, residents often wait weeks to months for referrals to specialty life-saving healthcare providers. What are other barriers to healthcare in our district, and how do you plan to address this?
One of the biggest barriers that we have in our district, especially in our communities, is we don't have enough doctors, but we have numerous nurse practitioners. And we've got to work to make sure that the nurse prac bill gets passed so we can utilize them with full authority to take care of us, and take care of our loved ones. That's the first thing. We have to work diligently to make sure that we pass the nurse practitioner bill, to make sure health care in rural communities is taken care of. I've also served the last 5 years on the Health and Wellness Board as a board of directors for the Health and Wellness. And during that time, I've learned that we suffer from healthcare, not just in our community, but across the state. So right now we're working on putting drop boxes in rural communities to make sure that people can get the healthcare they need. It'll be staffed with a nurse. They'll have telemed to come there. But that's things that we're working on diligently to make sure that we have healthcare in places that people cannot get to where they need to be. Also, with that being said, let's look at specialty clinics. Let's look at specialty doctors. When we live in the community we live in, a lot of times our specialty care is in Fort Smith. So now what we have to do is we have to work with our insurance to get across state lines to make sure that our insurance is taken across state lines. We've got to work to make sure that we get more specialty clinics and more specialty care in our area. But with that, it's going to come. We're going to have to help with the rural health care funding to make sure that gets to where it needs to be.
Ms. Jackson? In our area, residents often wait weeks to months for referrals to specialty life-saving healthcare providers. What are other barriers to healthcare in our district, and how do you plan to address this?
We don't have the doctors. And we're not getting the doctors, and we're not producing the doctors, and we're not staffed. Everybody needs. We could be encouraging young people here in the high school to be a doctor. We're not doing that because we've got to have and take care. It's taking care of our builders. It's taking care of our children. We're not getting it. Let's restate it again. I'm going to change my theory.
Okay. In our area, residents often wait weeks to months for referrals to specialty life-saving healthcare providers. What are some of the other barriers to healthcare in our district, and how do you plan to address this?
I'm just going to leave it, but okay, I'm going to use you follow as an example. We don't even have a hospital there. We don't even have a third-level trauma center. We do have a helicopter. So if you get a kid bit by a snake, what do? You got to get them to Tulsa. Thank God we got the helicopter to get them there. But we don't have that any way of a level of trauma. I'd like to see more trauma. If we're not going to get the hospitals in the rural, and we're not getting the doctors, let's get at least trauma centers so that these people have a place to go to. We don't have that right now. I don't know about the other areas because I haven't studied it, but I do know that that is an existing issue in Fall. And although we have doctors' offices, they are limited even on the hospitals they can go to. And you've got either 2 hours to Oklahoma City, 2 hours in Tulsa. What are you going to do? Life or death? Helicopter. That's going to become a doctor.
I think it's very disheartening to me that we don't have access to the same quality of health care that urban areas have. They think that for every 100,000 residents that we have down here, we have 365 physicians. Can you raise your hand if you know that 5 physicians in our district? Because I can't say that I do. Maybe 5 I know. I'm saying physicians or providers, not nurse practitioners. So I just spent my day at St. John's in Tulsa fighting for rural healthcare physicians. I know how important it is that we have heart doctors. The closest ones that we have from Shakota are McAllister or Tulsa. St. John's tells me they're working on it. They have built some locations in Sepulpa. They're working on a location out by Ray Drummond's in that rural area. I am fighting as much as I can and as hard as I can to make sure that we have access to physicians and specialty providers. I don't care if you elect me or not, I'm still going to fight that war because it's very important to me because we live and reside in a rural area. I also think it's important, like Tim said, we've got to support our nurse practitioners. They're the ones who have been providing care for us. As long as I've lived here, they've been providing care for us. They write our prescriptions, but they are terribly taxed. Not taxed, they're charged fees, an astronomical amount of fees. And it's not just from the pharmacy, but it's also from the physicians. I don't understand why a physician won't come out here and serve our citizens, but yet they will charge a nurse practitioner so that she can see us and she can write prescriptions for us, or he. I think that needs to change, and Tim, I support that we need to take away those restrictions.
In our area, residents often wait weeks to months for referrals to specialty life-saving healthcare providers. What are other barriers to healthcare in our district, and how do you plan to address this?
I think probably the biggest barrier in the medical field right now is who dictates policy to that. And a lot of that's dictated by the insurance companies right now. They dictate through managed care and all of the programs that gives the metroplexes the biggest sources of benefits and penalizes the rural areas. I've talked to some doctors, I've talked to chiropractors, they're all in unison. The fact that here not only is it doubly hard to run a practice, but they are telling me that the insurance companies, particularly Medicare, Medicaid, are not keeping pace with the inflation that is costing them to run their business. And so it's just like any other small business. We need to help them infuse their capital. We need to help their cash flow in some way. We're going to have to get creative in the rural areas to attract good quality doctors. If we don't, we're going to keep having this hamster wheel go around and around and around again. Managed care, I believe, in my opinion, and I used to be a big proponent for it because I come out of think tanks and I designed insurance products at one time. But managed health care has been one of the most crippling agents for the rural areas that I've seen. It's caused doctors to leave the areas that want to grow their practice and grow their income and leave the rural areas impacted with the loss of a physician. And I see now nurse practitioners coming in most of the time fulfilling where doctors used to be. And my wife receives care from a nurse practitioner, not a doctor. And so I'm real concerned about who dictates policy to the medical practitioners in the first place. And I'm really concerned about Big Pharma too. The way that they're coming in and dictating, and they're even bonusing some of the doctors if they vaccinate a certain percentage of their clients. And so what doctors used to do and the oath they used to take has been replaced by a monetary gain rather than the good of the people. And I think there's a lot that needs to be overhauled in that whole system.
I'm going to echo what he said. If you're on a Medicare Advantage program, get off, please, because it will not do you any service. I also want to say that we have to hold these insurance companies accountable. I'm sorry, I am not a politician, so I'm going to fumble through my words sometimes, but I think it's important to hold somebody accountable if they are having to wait for 2 to 4 to 6 weeks or months for care, and that patient passes away. Who's liable? We need to hold our insurance companies responsible for these things.
The first thing is we have to understand that in our district, our health and wellness centers operate under what we call a 340B program. That 340B program makes prescriptions affordable for healthcare in rural Oklahoma. And that we have one of those pharmacies in every community in our district that has a 340B program. We also, we need to quit worrying about what we're going to do to get doctors. We need to worry about what we're going to do to get our nurse practitioners the authority that they need to service our area. And then we can utilize the 340B program to make sure that our elders and our citizens get the medications that they need.
Ms. Benson?
Since it was brought up, I have a problem with Big Pharma. Notice everything you see on television is pushing some new drug they've come out with. The only way that they can push that drug is if they get a doctor to administer it. So what's happening with that? The doctors are going to go to Big Pharma. Big Pharma's going to pay them to do it. Then they're also going to get that drug in. And all they're doing is going up and up and up to benefit their bottom line, not yours. And that's taking away from the money that could be used in other areas, in as much as what we're talking about the doctors. But Big Pharma is your problem. And we've got to get that under control, and I can see it's going to happen as long as the world is as it is today.
Go ahead and keep that microphone, because this last question will be directed at you first. Or did we have another rebuttal there, or are we all minds clear? All right. We're going to continue. This is the last question tonight. Several of you have commented during this campaign that you plan to serve we the people. Explain to the students and audience what this means to all people in District 15.
I want to take the position itself as a House representative back to the communities. And it's not going to stay. The community should be making the decisions. There is so many decisions that are made that's well above what any of us will have any interest in or whatever. We're interested in our daily activities and how we're going to survive. That's why I said the money's on you. How do you want to spend your money? What is important to you? Don't let those senators and representatives spend money that you're not interested in because it's not benefiting you. I realize we have to do certain things, but it's got to go back to the communities. We've got to have the infrastructure. We need to build a means of attracting and retaining. We've got to get businesses and industry into our communities. We have to be able to give those industries the incentive and bonus to want to stay there. That gives jobs for our kids coming out of high school. That gives you reasons to have technical schools to train for certain jobs. And you've now built a cycle that is self-sustaining. Right now, we don't have a self-sustaining cycle. So what I'm looking at is the answer that's coming from the communities, and I guarantee you I'll be here seeing you. I know the times that I've spent a lot of time in the city council and people. I spend a lot of time in broadband, and that is near and dear to my heart. But that's not functioning to help Oklahoma either. So the broadband has been a whole nother issue for help, because these, if you have good broadband to rural America, meaning the last home on a co-op line, they can take care of their health problems with just internet. Right now, it's not going to happen, especially if it's wireless. So we've got to get our infrastructure of our communities rebuilt. And that's where I'm going with it. And the only way to do it is with the help of the folks in the communities.
Would you like me to restate repeat the question?
No, thank you. I think we need to have more town hall meetings. I think that we've got to have more public forums. I think we need to, I have this great idea, if any of you steal it, I'm gonna know if you stole it from me. I want to have a social media platform where you guys all speak to me on a daily basis. I will read all of these thousands of bills that we're supposed to read, and I will bring that education to you through that social media platform. I will give you an opportunity to answer and respond and talk about that with me, and then I won't make a decision to vote on that for a certain agenda. I will vote for people.
Several of you have commented during the campaign you plan to serve we the people. Explain to the students and this audience what this means to all people in District 15.
Well, the United States Constitution talks about we the people. We the people govern. And we govern when our voice is heard. And unfortunately, for the people, at least in this state, many times their voice has been stolen in Oklahoma City. And the way that's stolen is through more attention to lobbyists, special interest groups, and big corporate interests. And when our politicians take lobbyist money, special interest money, or PAC money, and that gains their attention more than the people's voice gets stolen. And so the voices of the people need to be restored in this state. That's probably the biggest thing, that when you say we the people, that we need their voices restored. That means that communications have to be open, transparency has to be there, accountability has to be there, but probably one that's not talked about, and she just touched on it, is accessibility. Our representatives not only need to be accountable and transparent, but they need to be accessible to the people. For the people's voice to be restored, there needs to be some lines of communication that you were talking about, issues that face us on town levels, county levels, district levels, and state levels. This is a big one with me. It's just real big. Matter of fact, Charles Key's a good friend of mine who spent 18 years as a legislator, wrote a book specifically about Oklahoma government. It's called Stolen Government, and why your representative cannot represent your voice and how to reestablish your voice in this state. Everybody here needs to buy that book and know what's going on in Oklahoma. So this is a big with me, and that's one thing that I'm running for. I'm running for the people. Okay? I came out of retirement, wasn't looking for a job, not looking for a paycheck. I'm just looking to serve the people and restore your voice to Oklahoma City.
Thank you. Would you like me to repeat the question?
No, I'm good. I first want to say that social media platform is something that I operate on. You guys have seen that for 6 years of me being sheriff, so I won't steal anybody's social media platform. But that is something that we have operated on, and I believe is very diligent to our community because we have to inform you guys of what's going on. As a state representative, we're the closest body to you, the people. We have to listen to you, the people. And if I'm your state representative and one of the two gentlemen earlier is representing us as our state senator, we have to work together to serve you folks. If we are fighting or we're not getting along, then we're not serving you. Our agenda is not to go vote on something that's good for us. Our agenda is to go vote on something that's good for our district. And if we do that, we serve the people of this community. And when we say that, when we say we stand and we serve for we the people, it's because we need your guys' input to make sure that we have the right vote. If we vote opposite of what you think we should, it's our responsibility to come back to you in a forum and tell you why we voted that way. As long as we're voting with our heart and with our moral compass and by the way that we live our life, then we have voted with our people and we've done our job as state representatives. And that's why we're elected every 2 years and not every 4 years, because we are the closest body to you guys and we are the voice for you guys in Oklahoma City. And then it's my job to work with our state senator to make sure that your voice is translated from the House to the Senate. And it's his job to make sure that it's transferred from the Senate back to the House to make sure that bills don't get killed. We talk about the age consent bill. It got killed because we didn't want to have bipartisan support and make it go. That's why it got killed. Senator Hamilton got it out of the House, or it got out of the Senate, and we get it killed in the House. I promise you that if I'm your next state representative, age of consent will be 16. Or age of consent will be 18, not 16, because we'll work together to get it across with bipartisan support and make sure that it gets where it needs to be.
Thank you. Anyone else?
I just want to add, not a rebuttal to anything, but when people run, and we're all Republicans up here, for the office of state representative, and lack an understanding of what the people believe in the party, shows unpreparedness to represent the people to restore their voice. And that comes from the Republican Party platform. And I brought this up in other meetings. The Republican Party platform is the will of the people. It's what they've spent decades and decades and decades in this state putting together what they believe. And when our representatives don't vote in line with that Republican Party platform, they're showing the people that they don't have any interest in what the people believe. And when they do that, their voice gets stolen. So whatever representative you sitting up there, you need to make sure that they understand, particularly if you're elected Republicans, that they understand the will of the people and what the people believe. If they don't, you need to make sure what it's about. But I just wanted to add that, and I think that's a big one for me, because that's the will of the Oklahoma people. They put that together.
I do want to say that I think it's interesting. Earlier you brought up that my husband's a Democrat and that I have only voted in the last 2 elections, because I'm pretty sure you were a Democrat turned Republican. Okay, just wanted to make sure. I want to ask you to vote for the person that is best suited for this job. This is a job, it's a position. This is an interview. It's your opportunity to hear everything you can about us. I hope I've given you enough information. I probably haven't, because there's a lot of stuff I can think right now that I've already left out. But I'm available, and I would love to visit with you.
I want to point out one thing. I did go to Republican because I stand for values that the Democrat Party don't stand for. In my first election, Haskell County was a majority Democrat. My second election, Haskell County changed, and I changed as soon as I was able to change. Because I stand for pro-life, Second Amendment, and I stand for the people of this community. That's the first thing. Second thing is, when we send a representative to Oklahoma City to be a voice, let's remember that we're sending somebody that hasn't spent 20 years working in Tulsa. Let's remember that we're not sending somebody that has spent their life not in our district. I'm 40 years right here, 22 years serving the public of this community, and that's what I want to continue to do. The other thing I want to point out is, he talks about the state GOP platform. Folks, I'm going to stand for the county platforms. We have a county GOP platform. There's 5 counties. I'm going to stand for that first, because I represent you guys. I don't represent Oklahoma City and Tulsa on that national or on that state platform. I represent our local platform, our local people, and the citizens of this House district.
Ms. Jackson?
Thank you for taking my speech. Yes, I agree. We are here to serve you, and we are transparent. Should I be elected, you will see me all the time. I will be on the streets, just like I am in Eufaula. They all know I'm coming to see you. And that's what it's all about. It's all about taking care of our communities, and I think we're all in agreement with that. I think we dearly love and cherish, and will absolutely give you the best response we've ever done. And I look forward to meeting all of you in the future. And I do want to, the thing I want to say is thank the FCCLA. It is a marvelous organization. Thank you for putting this on. It's been great, and I hope to hear from you girls when you get back.
This will conclude the great debate tonight. I know you want time for another response, but I think I've been told to shut it down. I apologize, but man, I just got to do it. Thank you all. And I'd like to remind the audience, as you leave, if you bought something for the auction, please pay up front and get your desserts on your way out. Again, thank you all for coming.